Hi there, this is a reflection about Easter, just thinking about the Easter story and wanting to just share some thoughts really about Easter at this time of year. I am really aware that often when we talk about Easter we focus on Good Friday when Jesus was crucified and on Easter Sunday when Jesus rose again. But I've been really thinking a lot this year about the Saturday in between Easter Saturday. It's actually called Holy Saturday. And thinking about that day has really kind of got me thinking about the resonances between what happened then and how we're feeling perhaps at the moment. On that Sabbath day, that Saturday, the disciples had seen Jesus die, but they didn't know what was going to happen next. They were living in a situation where they were confused and they were frightened and they had very little hope left. And I suppose that kind of really got me thinking about those times in life where we feel that we don't know what's going on and that life isn't clear and easy. And maybe some of us are feeling that sense of not knowing at the moment, and certainly if we look at the news, there's a lot of uncertainty around and no guarantees about what's going to happen in the future, but we hope for the best and we hope for a positive outcome. And it really struck me that the disciples in that situation, Jesus' friends, they didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't have any idea how things would turn out at the end of the story. And so today I'd really like to share a personal reflection. It's a cross between a poem and a reflection, and it's simply called Holy Saturday. I wonder how it felt on that first Saturday. What's going on for Jesus' friends who've seen firsthand what must seem like the end of so much that they've longed for? They have witnessed every moment of that day before, Good Friday, betrayal and the baying of the crowd for blood, shouting loud and unrelenting, people venting, no mercy and no hesitation, thorns and torture, shame, humiliation, the bitter taste of vinegar and gall, suffering through it all, waiting for the final breath, then darkness and then death. They've lost Jesus, but it must feel like the loss of so much more. Their dreams nailed to that cross and all the hopes they've had before lie strewn across the street, like tattered remnants of discarded palms, trodden under disregarding feet. Not for them today, the normal Sabbath celebration. No glad anticipation, just grief and desperation. Their courage at an all-time low, locked down in fear, nowhere to go, no plans to make, nothing to show for all their dedication and devotion. What mixture of emotion overwhelms and overpowers them in these testing hours? It speaks to me this Holy Saturday of all the in-between times I go through. Times when I just don't know what to do, when I'm really not okay. Times of waiting, times when desperation can easily outpace anticipation and any sense of hope. Times when purpose just seems hard to find, when answers appear vague and undefined, and I struggle sometimes even to frame the questions. Times when advice and kind suggestions feel inadequate and somehow insincere. Times when confidence is stalked by fear. These times are like my Easter Saturday, and just as the disciples wait and pray but have no sense of what's around the corner, I will try to wait and in my waiting not despair, and try to weave all my not knowing into prayer. I'll hold questions like treasures in my hand. When I don't understand, I'll trust the darkness here. I'll use fragments of hope to keep the fear at bay and stay and wait and hope for Easter Day.